don't want to be in the house of people who don't really bump with me or F with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just fake to me. So I just kind of look at it like, it's one thing. It's one thing. Say you into different things, and then the people in your family, you know what I'm saying, y'all may not be into the same things, y'all not on the same frequency vibration, aka, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't think the same, or y'all not into the same things, like y'all don't feel the same, you know what I'm saying, but y'all could keep a sense of either separation from each other, or even if y'all do have to deal with each other, which most people do, y'all know how to harmoniously move around each other. Or even if I'm a effort not harmonious, just knowing how to, like, okay, it's like they do them, you do you. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like some weird stuff. But it's like, to be around people that I feel like you got to be in a situation, you always got to be on your toes. You always got to, like, they always gonna F with you or find ways to throw negative energy at you, whether they're aware of it or not, physically or mentally or spiritually, whatever you want to call it. If you're into that, it just gets to a point. It's like, what's the point? So I'm not finna sit here and play with nobody. I'm not finna play with nobody or be in a situation where I'm playing with people like that. I either gonna be in a situation where I try to get myself out of that situation, but due to everybody alchemical makeup, sometimes you may not have that ability in this reality at the moment. So I just be in a situation where it's kind of like, if you gonna play with me, I'm gonna play with you. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna just get MFers out of here like that. I'm gonna get them out of here spiritually. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna really waste my time. And see, this is why I feel like when people get into certain dark energies or voodoo or magic and stuff like that, where the energy is applicable, because at the end of the day, you can't be held accountable for something that another person did. It's same way in the physical, as above, so below. If a person got a weapon or you got a gun, you defending yourself, right? Somebody in a situation where they harming you. It's one thing if you going looking for trouble. You see what I'm saying? You going out of your way looking for trouble. Even if a person did react harshly, but you know you started the situation. There's many ways around it. But it's one thing if you initiating that subject in that situation, in that conflict. But if it's a situation where you genuinely trying to move around it, and the MF are just trying to come around you to bring you the issue, then, bro, don't be down to look at no karmas, because it don't even work like that. Don't even put yourself in that box, because that's the Masonic square that people created to try to make you feel bad ways, like you can't, you know what I'm saying? And that goes deeper levels too. I ain't trying to get into that, but that's a whole man-made up concept for different reasons that the shadows use that for. But in your own particular life, you got to understand, like, if you're not the one initiating that energy, it's not even that type of thing. Because all that BS, period, even if he was initiating. But I'm saying, especially if you're a person, person like me, or a person like, let me take starseeds, people that's spiritually inclined, people that's what you want to call woke, awake, black sheeps, spiritually aware. A lot of times we do begin to attack spiritually, but what you got to understand is, if you in a situation where you just genuinely doing all right, because some people say, oh yeah, you the bigger person, but if you in a situation, you really making a situation where you're trying to avoid the conflict, you're trying to be harmonious around energies that you even know ain't even for you, and you trying the best to move your way around it, and you like, look, we see things differently, but you trying to be the bigger person, don't be trying to feel bad then if you got to throw a couple stones spiritually at a motherfucker to shut them up or quiet them down. Because 9 times out of 10, stop being scared of that. It's not a bad thing. You actually being used as a vessel by what you would want to call God, or the overall, to be a vessel for them to stop doing what they're doing, or to find other ways to go about it. You see what I'm saying? Because once a person being in a negative routine and pattern for too long, you either get knocked out of that, or you still could do it, but you get forced to have to find newer ways, or more expansive ways to expand out of that. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to make that video because y'all see what I'm trying to hint at, but I'm not trying to say too much because I'm on the channel. But I feel like if you got to throw a couple roots or a couple voodoo at a person, and especially like you talk about family members and shit, but it's a situation where you're not the one initiating conflict. You trying to be harmonious. You might have effed up, you know what I'm saying? You might have not been perfect, but you try not to show nobody your bad side. You really try to keep it real. You try to keep distance straight from people you don't necessarily need to be to anyway, because you know how they get. So you try to save from them from being around negative situations, and your own energy from being around negative people you don't necessarily need to be around. Don't be feeling bad or nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? Because if you got to throw a couple roots or a couple stones or a woo work or woo or juju or voodoo or somebody like that, because at the end of the day, they got what they come and asking for anyway. And 9 times out of 10, you being used as a vessel, because God is all these energies. That's why y'all don't know how to jump rope, because God is good and bad. But it's not about going out of your way to do anything. It's about understanding different things that are needed for different reasons. For instance, you talk about a bow and arrow or a gun or a weapon that is needed to protect yourself. You can't walk around here, no, I never have a gun and this and that third. But then somebody gonna use a gun on your ass. Exactly. So where's the balance in that? So okay then, that's my point. So if you know, especially if you know you got children and kids, ain't nobody trying to hear that BS, ain't nobody trying to hear that holy saint shit, because ain't nobody finna play that with you. So my thing is understand balance. I'm not saying go out of your way and doing evil things, although all these energies in God anyway, but I'm not saying going out and do evil things, but it's just you gotta understand that everything has its time and purpose. But it's up to you to have that balance and understand and have that intuition and that spiritual inclination to know what is being used. I might have my finger over the thing. I'm gonna replay to see if I didn't. So y'all can hear me. But it's your job to know when you need these things, when you don't, when you going too far, when you stepping in a vibrational field that you about to get effed up because you doing too much in it. See, y'all better be careful. Y'all be doing too much and y'all be getting too much blood on your hands. But it's not something spiritually attacking y'all, because that don't exist. What it is you in a spiritual pattern and spiral. That you being in that space for too long, you gonna manifest certain things out of that space. And if you ain't vibrating real hard in that space, you gonna get you gonna catch certain energies from that space. But that's for another video. But that's all I'm saying when we talk. I'm gonna end it out with this, because we 6 minutes in. When you talk about family or home, or people, or siblings, or peers that's in the same family or home as you, understand that sometimes you the black sheep and you spiritually inclined, you will get spiritually attacked. Now, I'm not saying go out of your way and just every time somebody, that's not what I'm saying. Every time somebody do so, you just react. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is, when it's a situation when you know they're putting way much more percentage level into trying to F with you, especially, because we all different. Some of y'all be instigating stuff, and that truly still ain't even bad either. That's just y'all spiritual path at the moment. And you vibrating harder than them anyway, so 9 times out of 10, you're not even getting no burnt back from that situation. But especially if you really not effing with nobody, and you genuinely trying to keep peace and trying to keep boundaries between you and that person, and they trying to find ways to go out of their way to find you to F with you, oh, nigga, that's all raps. That's all free energy. You can F them up. You can F their life up, because 9 times out of 10, they in a spiritual situation where they a demon. They a spiritual demon. All demons got the ability to turn angels. All the angels got the ability to go negative and turn demonic. And we talk about energy, because we are these things. Y'all all dying and gonna be spirits anyway. Y'all already spirits. So when y'all die, what y'all think y'all gonna be doing down here? And y'all be lost and still floating down in the third dimension, down here lost. And that's what a ghost is. So I don't know why y'all be getting so lost into certain things, as far as like looking at certain things as like good and bad, or like thinking these are things outside of you. This 2026, y'all ain't got that much grace. And neither of y'all got that much time. That's why the world the way it is now. And it's finna hit a switch in a second. And it's finna get worse. When that switch come in the next year or 2 or 3, it's only gonna be in a span of no more than 5 years. When that switch come around somewhere in between that time from now to then, y'all really gonna be in hell. And y'all gonna be facing all kind of other mental upsets and stresses that y'all didn't necessarily have before. So y'all need to be aware, and y'all need to stay on y'all toes. And this is a turn of time to get you, even if it's not spiritual. Because our spirits, we all still spirits. We all growing, no matter what direction your spirit is moving in. We all still growing. Even if you lost into the world, that's fine. You still can grow in that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you still be able to die and take a bigger body. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's in a certain specific dimension that you'll be in, a certain specific energy, you'll still be able to basically ascend in some shape or form and take a bigger vessel. You see what I'm saying? Ascend to a higher level of realm of reality, a bigger realm of reality. But just even in a physical plane, talk about for physical pertinence, you need to understand that it's important to get yourself together spiritually. And even if it's not spiritual, like I was going to say before, get yourself together physically. Get on your health game. Get your nutrients and minerals in. Get your health up. You see what I'm saying? Get your business together, get your career together. That's a form of expansion. That's spiritual expansion. It's in a certain direction, but you're spiritually expanding. Learn maybe about energy itself. Even if you're not trying to get all spiritual conscious in the conscious part, that's dealing with the higher chakras. Just get into the energy itself, like dealing with energy, knowing that you know the energy, the state that you in. If that's too spiritual for you, just get into forms of energy in general, whether that's chi, or and if that's too spiritual for you, get into the forms of just dealing with the medicines itself, like I was talking about before, and how these things deal with your overall energy levels and your health, and how this deal with your charge, and you know you being able to wake up and feeling more energized throughout your day, being able to get more done anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just baby feeding, but that's the best way to go about it. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Much love to y'all. Y'all take it easy. We're 10 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? Much love, bro. I don't got nothing negative to say for to upload this right now, but y'all gotta understand that. That's all I'm saying. So you be the wise spirit. You be the wise spirit, but you just know how to go about these things. You see what I'm saying? So you can have a sense of equilibrium within yourself. Because truly, to be honest with you, none of these things are really good or bad. You could be the most negative person in the world. It's not really bad. It's only bad in our realm of reality. That's another video. I'll get into that. But yeah, man, peace. I'm gonna let y'all go.